Hello friends, in today's episode we look at a radish variety that's not only good looking but tastes absolutely delicious. So in this episode we will look at the profile of the purple Diakon radish. This is not a comprehensive growing guide, but you will see how this radish plant looks like. In this container we have planted a lot of radish plants close together, whereas in this container you can see that there is a single plant that's planted. And let's look at the differences between how these two grow. So the single radish plant, as you can see, has grown very nicely. It's occupying almost the entire pot. You can see the radish showing up at the top as well. And anytime after this stage, you can go ahead and harvest the radish. Now let's look at the other container, the 16-inch wide container, which has a lot of radish plants. And they look a little bit crowded, but you will see that we are growing a lot more plants in this area. And going back to the pot that had the single radish plant, the radish looks pretty nice and big. The Diakon radishes are pretty large in size. Let's go ahead and harvest this Diakon radish. And as you can see here, pretty good looking radish, quite big compared to the regular radish plant. And the roots are significantly larger. Now this is also a very quick growing radish, so for the time it takes to grow, this is a great plant to grow in your garden. And now let's harvest the radish plants from our large container where we planted a lot of radish plants. Remember that even though you plant a lot of plants in this container, you still have to thin them so that you don't have a lot of plants. But as you can see here, most of these radishes are quite decently sized. So for the amount of space that you're using, sowing multiple plants in a container is a better idea. You get slightly smaller roots, but you do get a lot of roots from this one container. So as you can see here, great looking radish. And I was quite happy with the amount of radish that I harvested from this small container. Now the wider the container you use, the more radishes you can grow, but you also need deeper containers, at least about 10 to 16 inches deep. Now let's cut open this radish and see how it looks like. The radish top is very much edible, as you already know from my previous videos. And the root actually is very interesting. It looks a little bit different than the conventional radish. As you can see here, purple on the outside, it's sort of dark pink or purple, and then from the inside it's white. So very good looking pretty radish that can be eaten raw as well as cooked. So there we have it. That was our video on the profile of the purple Diakon radish. If you want to see more comprehensive guides on growing radish, do check out the videos on your screen right now, and they will give you a good idea on how to grow various radish varieties. We'll see you again soon. Happy gardening.